Obadiah is being racist in this scene. I thought everyone knew, that's why we love this line, because it's funny. But I'm realizing from comments and just conversation over Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. Y'all did not truly understand what was going on in the scenes, and I get it, y'all were young. That's why I'm here. So let's take a moment to break down this scene and understand what he meant. First of all, let's break down why Obadiah is actually angry. He is asking the team not to build an Ironman suit because that is easy. Asking them to replicate this technology of the arc reactor that Tony uses to power the suit. It is established that the most impressive part of the Ironman suit is not the suit itself. That is replicated with no issue. It's the technology that it was used to power it. Technology that already existed, because they're standing in front of an arc reactor that's of a larger scale. For the most part, it's supposed to be a sustainable source of energy that they never was able to solve. But Tony was able to figure it out, one, because he was fueled by desperation, two, because he had the assistance of this scientist whom he never truly gives credit to, and three, because he doesn't have a box of scraps. He's using all high tech, most of which is coming from his own company. And that's what I mean by Obadiah is being racist in this moment. He's being hyperbolic when he said a box of scraps. But also he's assuming that the tech that Tony worked with when he was in that cave was of lower quality because this was a Middle Eastern country that he is assuming doesn't have the same resources as Stark Technologies. And I'm saying there's a bit of racism there because obviously he has that preconceived notion of those people. Because at the end of the day, they had enough firepower to not only kidnap Tony, but keep him secret. That's clearly an organization that has access to things, but Obadiah doesn't care. How could they have more access and smarter people than Stark Industries? And that's what he's saying here. That's why he's yelling. The suit means nothing. It's the arc reactor that makes sense, and that's why Obadiah goes to steal it, because ultimately he couldn't find a way to power those suits without it. And that's why Riri is so impressive, because like I mentioned before, making the suits are not difficult. We see other people replicate it, but they can't power it. And truthfully, Tony is consistently working on new ways to power the suits, but it's always with an arc reactor. Riri is powering her suit with wind and sun. Do you know how impressive that is? Y'all need to give my girl her propers. Watch the show before y'all start talking about it, because y'all truly don't know what y'all talking about. Does not speak ill of this man. And they show not just in this film, but also in Wakanda Forever. She is just as impressive as Tony Stark without the resources and the privilege. And that is the point of her story. Comic books and the MCU.